All right, we're just a minute before we get this trade show started. Gil Carter, you are the interim president of the chamber right now, is that right?
Interim director. Right.
Right.
Hopefully for the next week or so, and then they'll have the permanent director in. That's what they tell me.
Right. Is this the first time you've ever done this gig? The Chamber of Commerce president, like we're running it or whatever you call it?
Well, I was a volunteer president back in '95,
okay.
and have been associated with the chamber ever since, either on the board or treasurer or VP or whatever.
Just say, just pick him, he'll do it.
Probably.
right. But I tell you what, Gil, you've been an integral part of this town.
Well, thank you.
For banking. How many years were you a banker?
48.
48.
I started when I was 17.
Right. I will confess that you've been my banker and one of the best.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I
appreciate
appreciate
get along with.
Yeah, thank
It
you.
didn't make it hard.
That's the name of the game.
That's right. But tell me, I mean, you've been watching the chamber for the last 2 months, putting this all together. What's it been like?
Oh, the ladies have worked every day, all day.
You were answering the phone yesterday.
That's right, I did.
Yeah.
That's why I answered. They were busy. In fact, they were over here.
I got you.
So, but no, they've worked hard contacting all the exhibitors and, trying to get people everything they need to set up the booth and make sure they got tickets for all their customers.
I was talking to Sharon. It's kind of like putting the Christmas parade on, and especially this is because like when we picked up from COVID, y'all are picking up from COVID. Just kind of forgot how it works.
Well, that's the thing. We were surprised that a lot of folks that had been in the exhibitors or been an exhibitor for 20 years, they told us this time we just don't have the staff. And so, hopefully everybody gets back in the mood, comes to this big family reunion we have.
Over.
Yep, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
That's what it means to me.
It does.
Yeah.
And we're so happy to be back.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Because, you see it's 3:15 and we got people lined up waiting to get in already.
Right. Now, what kind of parking plans have y'all come up with? And that's the biggest, I know y'all have meetings over this.
Well, one thing about the clock tower, they do have a lot of parking here in front and then down back in the
And that might be the secret.
bottom.
Park on that side.
Park on that side, and I understand that Lester has golf carts that'll help people up and down the hill.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be as bad as it used to be parking down there when you had to
walk.
walk.
When I come back.
You should.
And we'll go on the backside.
Because this will be full.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the most obvious.
Yeah.
You got to always remember it's that hidden secret in the back.
That's right. That's exactly
And that's
right.
the key to business, isn't it?
And it's got a good entrance. It's got a stoplight right there on Commonwealth, so it's
Well, I
easy.
like the golf cart, too.
Easy out, yeah.
Get you to meet new friends.
That's right.
Right. And that's really what this event's about, is networking, isn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, business on business, everybody sees everybody, and it surprises a lot of people what all is here in Martinsville, Henry County. How many businesses. A lot of people don't know that they even exist till they see them here.
Right.
And,
I was proud to see Carter in sponsorship row.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Aren't they the last technically locally owned? Is that-
Probably. Yeah,
right.
probably so,
Right.
yeah.
And that's one thing we ought to be tipping our hat off to those guys, right?
Give them credit, yeah,
right.
because it's been tough, Every other hometown bank just about has been purchased, and they're still Carter Bank.
That's right. All right. Give me tips. Parking, I think the best tip, park in the back. Okay. Give me another tip. What's the best time to be here?
Probably 6 o'clock, because obviously this building is not air conditioned, so it's going to get warm. But the cooler it gets outside, the better it'll be in here.
I got you.
So
So we've got natural cooling, right?
natural cooling after dark.
I love talking to Gil. All right, man. I tell you what. You ready for a Star News trivia question?
Go ahead.
All right. We're number one in social media. How many followers do you think we have? See if you can guess.
I'm sure it's more than just people around here.
Yeah, it's around the region. That's what makes us number one.
I would say, 500,000?
Well, we get 500,000 hits, but we have 70,000 followers that follow us every day.
Oh, wow.
70,000.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Every day, checking in,
And
what's
you got
going on.
500,000 hits, so that's...
Yeah, oh yeah. You're way up in those millions of hits. But anyway,
Fantastic.
social media is where it's at right now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And so, folks, if you're thinking about advertising, think Star News, because like all these people you see at the bottom of the screen, they think about it every day and they choose Star News.
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And I pay my bills, son.
You sure do.
Right.
Never a problem.
Right. There you go. Gil Carter, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Charles.
All right. We're continuing on here the show. We're getting really close to starting time, but I do want to thank our sponsors that you see at the bottom of the screen, the Mower Store, New South Metals, Lawless Welding, who is expanding into North Carolina, and they've got a new warehouse. All these kind of stories to tell. And we've got Lee's Tire, who's just taken on Michelin. And you're going to be finding about some exciting rebates coming up there. So keep your eyes open on that. And Fairhaven Memorial Park, which is out in Spencer. They're the only really locally owned memorial park there is. And you'll be amazed at how affordable they are, too. That's what's made the right company. But and don't forget New South with Tickle, the Moonshiner, coming to town March the 18th from 11 till 3. Free barbecue to the first 500. So that's what you need to know, too. So it's springtime, and things are really beginning to bloom here in town. The trees are blooming. It's 70-some degrees today. Gil Carter said park in the back. Don't park in the main parking lot, and take the golf cart up. That's my best suggestion to you, is because it's going to be really busy tonight. They're expecting well over 2,000 people here. And guess what? I have got Deborah Buchanan coming around the corner. I see Deborah Buchanan. Deborah Buchanan is here, and we're going to be talking to her as we come to you from the trade show this year. It's very exciting, and I got to get Deborah on camera before we break out of here. Come over here, Deborah. Real quick. Come on, Deborah. We're doing TV. That's what we do, Deborah. We're going to talk about our story. That's one thing about local TV. We talk about our story. This is the week that the community talks about our story. And Deborah's here. Deborah is a veteran at Star News. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I tell you what, I always look forward to these. And, for the couple of years that they didn't have it, I know the people missed it.
Deborah, your makeup is fabulous today.
Charles, you're just too complimentary.
Good job on the makeup today. All right. One thing I want to even ask you. How many followers do you think we have on social media?
Well, I know what you told me the last time.
What did I tell you?
Was it about 70,000?
Yeah. We're almost at 71.
71,000 now.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Peaking around
watch.
71.
A lot of people watch.
That's
But
right.
look at where we go.
Right.
I mean, Martinsville, Henry County.
We talk about the topics that people care about.
Sure we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up North Carolina, Rockingham County,
Right.
Pennsylvania County.
And one thing we've learned at Star News is just how close we all are.
Sure.
Yeah.
And, we connect that boundary there. Think about, Henry County borders Rockingham County. And so all the time people are going to and from Rockingham County into Henry County into Rockingham County. Same thing with Pennsylvania County. Mm-hmm. So, hey, we're a great place to
We're
advertise.
going to be talking about the superintendent of Rockingham County Schools next week.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
Right.
A lot of good information that will come out of that
They got
interview.
an agricultural program they're going to be talking about, and it's so much things how we all get connected in this small world.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I did hear Gil say that they had some new advertisers, new people that have signed up for this coming in.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be exciting. Maybe names that people have never heard of before.
Carter Bank and Sponsorship Road this year.
There we go. Yeah.
Lots of excitement. But we're going to be telling our story as well at Star News, how that we're on Fire Stick, Roku, all the digital platforms out there. We're pretty much on them.
We are. Yeah. I mean, you think about it with commercials and billboards and then all the other platforms that we're on, I don't think you can beat the price.
Right. I even do street marketing too. We take it to the streets.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Right. Well, that's a platform that nobody else will do.
That's right.
That's right. Deborah Buchanan. All right, folks. Deborah, you got it. We had to speak to Deborah. Come over here, Charles, real quick. Come over here. Come on down. The number one auctioneer here in town. Come on down here. I tell you what, we've been watching you with all these county, the property sales. I mean, that has become a big deal.
Been doing very well at Charles. I've been blessed with it. So,
I mean, you've been doing Pennsylvania County, Henry County, City of Martinsville.
we do Halifax and City of Danville.
And I'm always telling people to watch those ads, pay attention. I mean, there's some diamond properties in there.
Good properties. We sold large acres, large tract acres last time in Pennsylvania County last week. Mm-hmm. So people got a real good deal in them.
A lot of acreage too, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and land is the big deal right now. Always a good investment, isn't it?
Always better money than in bank.
Yeah. All right.
So
be watching those ads and get your pen out and write it down and go look on the map. And people need to find out. They can call you and ask you questions, right?
Right. And they can look on auctionzip.com because we list everything on AuctionZip. Of course, we run ads with you also, and you list everything there. So any questions at all, they can call me or Tax, and we can get things shipped to them and information.
What's the next auction coming up at the horse pasture?
I got April the 7th, Friday night.
Right.
Doors open at 4, auction starts at 6. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday, Doors open at 8 and auction starts at 10.
Tease me. What's something exciting you're going to have?
We got some fantastic jewelry, and we got guns.
Guns?
Shotguns.
That's what gets people excited around here. Let's be real about it.
Well, we do it legal. You have to have them registered also.
Oh, yeah.
And then some wonderful Bassett furniture. The lady that the estate is, she worked for Bassett Furniture, so she actually got stuff that wasn't necessarily released. It might be on a sample, and they did made it after the show or something. So,
How about if I got a house and I don't want to deal with all the realtor and all that kind of stuff? Are you welcome to talk to people who want to auction a house off?
absolutely. We've sold 150 plus properties last
You
year.
ain't got to go through all the inspectors and all that other stuff, do you?
Well, if you're going to go through the bank, then the bank's going to require you to have a house inspection and things like that. But we don't. We sell a house as is, where it is. So.
Cutting all that craziness. Because it'll drive you nuts.
Well, that's their job, though, and it protects the buyer too. So,
It is their job to drive me nuts. That's what their job is.
you've been there, right?
Oh yeah, I am. Charles Williams.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Do you know how many people following us on Facebook?
I imagine a lot, Charles. I can't imagine.
Just guess a number.
I don't know. 500,000.
Well, that's the kind of hits we get. We've got 70,000 followers on our Facebook page.
70,000.
Every day, look on it every day. Check it out.
Man, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And you expanding your coverage too.
Oh yeah.
So that's
We're the only media around here that covers the big footprint, North Carolina and Virginia.
right. Well, and see, that's helped my business out a whole lot, and a whole lot of these other businesses, which should help them out also. So
Right. We reach out a little bit more.
that's right. That's right. They're a little inch you can grab.
In the
You better
auction
get
business,
it.
all you need is that one, isn't it?
That's right. That's right.
No, actually, two. You need two good ones.
To make a good auction.
Two good ones. I love that auctions at Speedway. That was my favorite. Wasn't that your favorite?
It was a good one, Charles. It was absolutely a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. That was the day I'll never forget. And it turned out to be the Speedway. All right, folks. Yeah, man. Charles Williams, #1 auctioneer here in Martinsville and Henry County. You just think of him first. They like those big deals and serious deals. Charles Williams Auction Company. Check them out. All right, folks. You're watching the coverage here of the Fasttrack 2023. We're minutes from getting started. And I can't wait to get started.